guys, Thogden here, and welcome back to...
We're gonna party like it's your birthday. We're gonna drink Bacardi like it's your birthday.
Thank you. Where did you get
Come
that
on,
from?
22 years old. He looks about 14.
Why is there a Leeds shirt behind me?
Theo, do you not watch Thogden Reacts?
No.
It's your channel and you don't watch it. By the way, subscribe to that. If you want to win that Leeds shirt, then you've got to subscribe to Thogden Reacts. You've got to subscribe to Josh Fusion. I'll explain why. In the comments, let us know why you deserve that Leeds shirt.
I can confirm it's my birthday. We're going to drink to that.
Oh, that is beautiful. It's a malt whiskey from the Highlands of Scotland. We love Scotland, don't we?
Whiskey's disgusting.
It's not.
Does anyone just drink that? It tastes like
Honestly,
wood.
Cut that
tastes
out,
like
Josh.
wood.
Yeah, but it should taste like wood.
Why would you want to drink wood?
19 points to Mohammed, 19 points to Thogden, and 16 points to Thogden. I give up.
Wait, 6-0 or 1-6?
1-6.
Wait, you lost a UFC fighter in the back of a taxi with a dodgy Wi-Fi connection.
No. Manchester United against Everton. It's 4th against 16th. This is an old school Lancashire derby. According to me, it is. And Man United, I can't work them out. You beat Brentford, you lose to Newcastle.
You are a mug. United are not so good without Casemiro. They lose their rock in the midfield. He runs the show, doesn't he?
He does.
Everton are hit and miss. They're very good at home. I'm not sure how they're going to do away. They don't have the full strength team. I think Sean Dyche will keep them up, but I don't think they're going to take any points from United. I'm going to go 1-0.
But Theo, the spirit that Everton are showing at the moment against Tottenham Hotspur, 1-0 down 68 minutes.
Yeah.
10 men. They came, but Theo, the last 4, they're unbeaten in 4 games. Problem with Man United, Theo, no disrespect, they're not that good at the moment.
At one stage, United could have pushed for the Premier League title,
but they didn't. 5 minutes when people were bantering about United could push for the title.
But there's a lot that needs to improve at that club, and I'm sure with more investment, they will improve.
1-0 to Manchester United.
Oh, you agree? After all that, let's go over to Josh. The man you said everyone should subscribe to.
Everyone subscribe right now to Josh. If there's one thing you do today, he's going to hit 50,000 in the next 3 days.
50,000 to his channel and 10,000 likes on this video. That would do me a very big smile,
No one's going to do you.
Thank you for having me on, Theo. Happy birthday, and it's nice to be on this side of the camera. However, going from a 10-0 UFC fighter to a vlogger from Norwich is quite a comparison. Absolute shambles. The key phrase here is never back the early kickoff. Everton are on form. Man United bounced back with a win versus Brentford. But look, I'm starting off this controversially. 1-1 draw.
Aston Villa against Nottingham Forest. It's 7th against 17th. This is a tasty Midlands derby. I was right about Aston Villa. They'd catch up to Brighton and Brentford. They'd push for Europe. Good team at the moment.
Unai Emery has one of the best form tables in the Prem. He's got them playing unbelievably. That win away from Chelsea. This is the last Prem predictions we've done since that game. That game sacked Potter. Ollie Watkins masterclass. What do you think Unai Emery has got correct at Villa?
I think he's got the players. There was always some good talent there, and he's got them playing like a team.
He's always got something special. He knows how to motivate a team. They grind out results, don't they?
They do.
They're playing really good attacking football, full throttle. This is weirdly, though, one of those games that could be 1-0 Forest. They made a statement, Nottingham Forest, shutting down any critiques, any people judging them and saying that Steve Cooper's about to get sacked. The owner actually said they're all lies, it's all crap, we're going to keep him. I think that's a good message from Nottingham Forest for just standing out against all the media and all the waffle.
Nottingham Forest have actually overperformed. A lot of people thought they'd be rock bottom this year. They haven't been. They put up a good fight. They've had a terrible away record. They've got a bit tired. I think they're going to go down. But I reckon Aston Villa, who've got the second best form in the league over the last 5 games, they win this 2-1. I've
got Ollie Watkins on FPL. I'm going to go 2-0.
Yeah.
But Josh, what do you think?
Villa are the dark horses in this European race. Unai Emery has revolutionised this Villa side after the disappointment Gerrard had at the start of the season. Forest really need the 3 points with a relegation battle, but with a worse away form in the league, it's got to be a 3-0 Villa home win.
Brentford against Newcastle United, it's 9th against 3rd. These are 2 teams, Theo, who should be proud of their seasons. Now, Brentford slipped up a little bit in the last game week, but Newcastle, the opposite, 1-2, didn't they? Krusty the Clown defending by West Ham. It was appalling, and you looked at David Moyes' boat race, and he just looked so angry.
Are you Moyes in or Moyes out?
Moyes in, Theo.
Well, how after that result?
He's a good manager, and you could tell he's looking at the players and he's just shaking his head and thinking, you're not doing what I pay you to do.
So you're blaming the players over the manager at West Ham?
Yes.
Okay. Scoring 5 away from home at Olympic Stadium is a crazy stat. In West London, I can see a 2-1 away win.
That is a decent shout, Theo. But Brentford have only lost 6 times this season. I think this is a 1-1 draw.
A 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
Newcastle on fire, scoring goals, defending well. You can't back against them right now. But with Brentford's home form, I think there will be a setback to Newcastle's run. I'm going for a 2-2 draw.
Fulham against West Ham United. It's 10th against 15th. It's
Oh, my
West
days.
London against East London. Of course, Fulham, the big
Oh,
talking story, is Mitrovic being banned for 8 games. They've lost the last 3. But West Ham, we just talked about them losing 5-1 to Newcastle.
London is burning down right now. It really is.
Apart from Arsenal, Theo.
Well, yeah. Ignore them for a second. Fulham have some of the worst form without Mitrovic, without Willian. Marco Silva had a bit of a touchline ban.
West Ham, they need a couple of wins to stay up. I reckon, again, I'm going to sit on the fence here. It's a 1-1 draw for me.
You know what? I'm going to be boring Thogden here. I'm going to also go for a 1-1. I nearly went for a 0-0, so if it happens, remember, Thoggo said it.
Fulham can't buy a win right now, but West Ham, my word, they weren't great against the Geordies. No win or draw in the last 4 games for Fulham, but I think this ends here. A 2-1 home win and Moyes to be sacked.
Wolverhampton Wanderers in 14th
Frankie
against Chelsea in 11th. Theo, these are 2 teams who want this season to end. I told you not to sing, Theo. Oh, it's his birthday.
Oh, Frankie Lampard runs down the wing. There's not even a chant. And he's not a winger, is he? But he's back as manager of Chelsea Football Club. Dad, was that a good decision as caretaker?
It is a little bit bizarre, Theo. He's a club legend, I get that. He was a pretty shocking manager for Everton.
But it's a very different job, isn't it? If anyone's going to bring them all together with the fans, it's Frankie Lampard.
We give him a chance, Theo. He's got 9 games in the Premier League, which are utterly irrelevant.
And a couple against Real Madrid.
Yes, which
Good
are
luck.
relevant, where they will get battered.
Wolves. What's your thoughts on how Lopetegui is doing?
He was doing all right at times, Theo. I think Wolves are going to stay up.
They've got the same problem, don't they?
They do, Theo. They've
Where
had a
are the
problem
goals
scoring
coming from?
goals, correct, Theo. But they both have. Chelsea, Theo,
Yeah.
have had 39 shots in the last 3 hours. It's embarrassing. I watched that game against Liverpool. Terrible.
I'm going to say he's not going to win here. It's going to be a 1-1 draw. But in fairness, I wrote these notes when Lampard wasn't officially manager.
And I agree with you, 1-1. But what I want to know,
What do you want to
Josh, what do you reckon,
Yeah,
pal?
what do you reckon?
Listen, I'm not going to bore you here. Chelsea could have played 400 minutes versus Liverpool and still wouldn't have scored. And Wolves don't score a lot themselves, so I'm going for a 0-0 draw. I'm sorry for anyone who's going to this game.
Tottenham Hotspur in 5th against Brighton and Hove Albion in 6th. What can we say about Spurs, Theo? They don't like to win games, do they?
Brighton almost come into this game as favourites. When have Tottenham played Brighton at the new White Hart Lane and you've thought, you know what, Brighton can nick it? They really are going to that next level. The form that they're in, Mitoma, Ferguson, Solly March
What do
offering
you
every game.
think about Evan Ferguson, Theo? He's a special young player, isn't he?
I think it's bigger than that, Dad. I think we need to credit Brighton's recruitment team and, their scouting. They are one of the best run football clubs ever. The club is just perfectly run. And it wasn't long ago when Bruno was their club legend and they were playing in the Championship against Bolton. Loire, the other lad, the winger. You know, these were the players that used to resemble Brighton and Hove Albion.
Yeah.
Now, McAllister, who's a bloody World Cup winner and best mates with Messi, they have completely changed it around and I'm very proud of them. I was going to say 2-1 Brighton, I take it back. 2-2 draw.
Yeah.
High scoring. Kane and Son involved for a few on one end. Brighton, do not disrespect them. They love a result at Spurs. Historically, last few years, they've done it.
This is one of the best games of the weekend.
It is.
And massive respect for Brighton.
It's
what
a
they've done
kracher.
this season.
It's a kracher.
I just think the Harry Kane effect. I think
What?
Tottenham will just win this
No, they
2-1.
won't. 2-1.
2-1 to Tottenham.
Do you know what, Dad? You're a teapot. Do you know who's also
why
a
not?
teapot?
I
My
love
editor, Joshua.
If Brighton win this, a European tour is generally on the cards. We are playing incredibly well, have the 4th best away record in the league and haven't lost away since October when we played Man City at the Etihad. It's all very negative at Spurs and very positive at the Albion. With this confidence, I seriously believe Brighton will go to Tottenham and win this. 2-1, Mitoma, Ferguson, boom.
Leicester City against Bournemouth, 19th against 18th. Talk about a relegation dogfight.
It's a cracker,
Theo.
isn't it?
Leicester have got the worst form in the league. Surely they can't go down.
25 points in 29 games. They're stuck 19th in the table. They've sacked Brendan Rodgers. They're currently managerless. They've got the caretaker manager coming in. I mean, it's a club that's gone downhill. They've got one of the best training grounds, one of the best
But
facilities.
Theo, no, who cares about that? Because against Aston Villa at home, they self-destructed. Your mate Dewsbury Hall got sent off. They threw that game away.
It's a real shame, isn't it? I respect when players decide to go out on social media and just admit to their wrongdoings. Bournemouth are licking their lips, aren't they? They've got one of the best run-ins till the end of the season. They currently sit on 27 points.
Bournemouth are a funny team. They beat Liverpool one day and then they lose the next week.
Leicester lost at home to Villa last week. Now they're playing at home again. Of course, Rodgers is not there anymore. But do you think it's going to be a different result against Bournemouth? Because I've got Solanke in my FPL and I'm thinking it might be cheeky. Do you know what? This is my most out there prediction I've done this week by far. I'm going Leicester 1, Bournemouth 2. I'm back in the cherries.
Do you know what, Theo? I'm going the other way around. Leicester 2, Bournemouth 1, and it's because of Harvey Barnes, who got a brilliant goal last game week, and Maddison. You know, those
What's
two
happened to
guys,
Maddison? He's done nothing.
He's not done much recently, but when you've got those two guys in the squad, you stay up just.
Lads, this one is absolutely impossible to predict. Rodgers has just been sacked, Bournemouth have got a shocking away record, Leicester haven't won in 8 games, and I'm sure this winless run will end soon. Well, not this week, a high-scoring draw, 2-2.
Southampton, bottom of the league against Manchester City. They were the champions last season. Surely, Theo, this is going to be a walk in the park.
It's crazy when you
City.
look at Man City's form. They look like a Premier League, Champions League winning team, don't they? I don't stand a chance. I'm going to go Southampton 0, City 3. I know they beat them in the Cup earlier on this year. Very different game when City need the points and they're chasing a Premier League title.
I'm going to agree with you. Southampton 0, City 2, actually.
You simply cannot back against Man City right now. Without Haaland, they still dominated versus Liverpool. Southampton actually beat Man City earlier on in the season in the FA Cup, and I just don't think it'll happen again. 4-0 Man City, and if Haaland is back, he's going to get a casual hat-trick.
Leeds United against Crystal Palace, 13th against 12th. Both of these teams won last week, didn't they, Theo? Massive wins for both of them.
How could 12th versus 13th be a relegation battle game? A couple teams win below them and they're right in the mix.
They are 2 and 3 points above the relegation zone. They are not clear yet, but Leeds, good recent form. 2 wins in the last 3 games.
Yeah, it's mad how Leeds have turned it around. Fair play to him. It's going to be interesting to see how Roy Hodgson can do after a win at home. I was surprised by that.
I know, and he needed that because Crystal Palace lost 4 in a row, so that was huge, wasn't it?
Massive result. I mean, it was Leicester. I think Leeds' home form has impressed me. A couple wins in the last 4 games at home. So I'm going to predict Leeds 2, Crystal Palace 1.
You're right, I reckon you're right. 2-1 to Leeds.
Let's see what happens. Josh, are you backing Leeds 3 wins?
Palace absolutely battered Leicester if you look at the stats, and it was a vital win for them. However, same for Leeds. They turned it around versus Forest at home, 2-1 win. I don't think Roy will enjoy his time at Ellen Road. He would prefer retirement with a tea and biscuit in hand. I'm going for a 2-1 Leeds win. Atmosphere will be electric.
Liverpool against Arsenal. We've saved the best till last. It's 8th against 1st, and all I can say about Liverpool, battered by Man City.
What?
Pretty boring against Chelsea, Theo.
What? Liverpool at home are different gravy.
True.
But I just think Jurgen Klopp and the squad will have something to play for. And that will be making this Premier League title race that little bit more exciting. I have a weird feeling the Reds are going to turn up at Anfield. And if we get 10,000 likes, I think we're going to have to go. We'll have to go.
Oh my goodness. 10,000 likes.
10,000 likes, we'll decide that, yeah.
Look at how Arsenal have played recently. They absolutely battered Leeds. I was there for the Fulham game. They've been playing superb football.
Gabriel Jesus is back. They've got a very strong team. Do you think a win here pretty much decides their Premier League title? Does that mean, yeah, it's done?
This is one of the biggest games remaining. Yeah. The other big game, of course, is Man City Arsenal, but this one is a real test for Arsenal. So the question to you, Theo, do Arsenal draw this or win it?
I think Arsenal lose this.
Wait a minute, I have to go and get something.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it. The broken. I wonder what you're going to get here. I think it's something broken. Either way, Thogdad's an absolute mug. I'm going to go Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1, and a Darwizzy masterclass.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I can't believe you
it.
just said that Liverpool are going to beat Arsenal. Is Jeremy Beadle about? Yes, he is. He's right here.
Still smashed.
Health and safety are not in the room because it's still smashed.
No.
Liverpool 1, Arsenal 2.
I don't want to know what Josh thinks.
Everyone has been questioning Arsenal this season, but this is the game to silence everyone. If they win this, the title is theirs, knowing Arsenal's away record at Anfield. Liverpool batter Man United 7-0, and the next week they lose to Bournemouth 1-0. Football heritage. A big build up for this game, but it's going to be anticlimactic, a 1-1 draw. But I think the Gunners will take that. Thank you very much for having me on Thogden FIFA. I bet you want me to go back to editing this video, so enjoy your birthday, and I'll go and edit.
But scrap that! You know, not in a rude way. Go subscribe to him. 50k subs. You know, he's our editor. He works hard. Smash it. Yeah.
Like and subscribe to Josh Fusion, Thogden Reacts, and this channel.
I'm turning 22. I'm just going to walk off.
Happy birthday, Theo.